travel. Hello. Welcome again. Today we're talking about something very exciting, traveling to different countries and learning about new cultures. It's really amazing how seeing new places can help us grow as people. But before we start, there is something I want to remind you of. If you want to hear more about travel and personal growth, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. And if you like what you hear, please give this video a thumbs up. Let's begin now. So, first things first, why is traveling so cool? Well, when we travel, we see new things. We see different houses. We see different streets. We see different food. For example, last year I went to Italy. I saw very old buildings. They were beautiful. I ate pasta and pizza. It was very delicious. Right now, I am planning my next trip. Maybe I will go to Japan. I want to see their temples. I want to eat sushi. It will be very interesting. When we are in a new country, everything is different. People speak a different language. Sometimes it is difficult to understand them, but it is also exciting. We try to learn new words. We try to understand their customs. For example, in some countries, people bow when they meet. In other countries, people shake hands. It is good to learn these things. It helps us to be respectful. Also, when we travel, we meet new people. These people have different lives. They have different ideas. When we talk to them, we learn new things. We can learn about their history. We can learn about their music. We can learn about their art. This helps us to see the world in a new way. It makes us more open-minded. Think about it. If you always stay in the same place, you only know one way of life. But when you travel, you see that there are many ways to live. There are many ways to be happy. This is a very important lesson. It helps us to understand that our way is not the only way. Right now, many people are traveling. They are taking pictures. They are eating new food. They are learning new things. It is a great experience for them. I hope everyone can travel someday. It really changes you. So, we talked about seeing new places. Now, let's talk about learning about new cultures. What does culture mean? Culture is like the way people do things in a country. It includes their traditions, their beliefs, their food, their music, and many other things. When we travel, we don't just see new things. We also learn about these cultures. For example, in Spain, people often eat very late at night. This is part of their culture. In Japan, people take off their shoes when they go inside a house. This is also part of their culture. When we see these things, we learn something new. Learning about new cultures helps us to understand the world better. It helps us to understand why people do things in a certain way. It makes us more understanding and tolerant. For example, maybe you think your way of doing something is the best way. But when you see how people do it in another country, you might realize that there are other good ways too. Think about food. In some countries, people eat spicy food. In other countries, people eat sweet food. Neither is right or wrong. They're just different. When you try different foods, you learn to appreciate different tastes. It's the same with other parts of culture, like music and art. Right now, I am reading a book about the culture of India. It is very interesting. They have many festivals. They have colorful clothes. Their music is very different from what I usually listen to. I am learning a lot. Traveling is like living a book. Each country is a new chapter. You learn new things on every page. It makes your life more interesting and more full. So, we see new places and we learn about new cultures. How does this help us grow as people? Well, it helps us in many important ways. First, traveling makes us more independent. When you are in a new place, sometimes you are alone. You need to find your way around. You need to solve problems by yourself. This makes you stronger and more confident. For example, maybe you get lost. You need to ask for directions. This can be scary at first, but when you do it, you feel proud of yourself. Second, traveling makes us more open-minded. When we see different ways of life, we realize that our way is not the only way. We become more accepting of other people and their beliefs. We learn to respect differences. This is very important in today's world. Third, traveling helps us to learn about ourselves. When we are in new situations, we see how we react. We learn what we like and what we don't like. We learn what we are good at and what we need to improve. For example, maybe you find out that you are good at talking to new people. Or maybe you realize that you need to be more patient. Right now, I remember a trip I went to Morocco. It was very different from any place I went before. The language was different. The food was different. The customs were different. At first, it was a little difficult, but then I started to understand things. I started to enjoy the differences. It made me realize that I can adapt to new situations. This was a big step for my personal growth. Traveling is not always easy. Sometimes things go wrong. You might miss a bus. You might lose your luggage. But these challenges also help you grow. You learn to be flexible. You learn to be patient. You learn to find solutions. So, in conclusion, traveling to different countries and learning about new cultures is a wonderful way to grow as a person. It makes us more independent, more open-minded, and helps us learn about ourselves. If you have the chance to travel, I highly recommend it. It will change your life in amazing ways. Okay, this is the end of this chapter. Thank you for listening today. I hope you learned something new. If you liked this episode, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the bell to get a message when we post a new episode. Do you have an idea or a question? Write it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next episode.